के लिए। All right, we're tracking the latest developments from the war in West Asia, and in the latest visuals coming our way, this is from Isfahan strikes. These visuals show a mushroom-shaped explosion which has risen over a military site in Isfahan, and it has been caught on video. We are playing that across on your screens for you to see. Joining us again on this discussion is Lieutenant Colonel J.S. Sodhi, Foreign Affairs expert, and Major General Anuj Mathur. I thank you both for patiently waiting as we took on some national news. Sir, if I can start off with General Mathur on this. General Mathur, we are looking at over a month into the war. We are still seeing hostilities. We are playing out a video where a facility has been targeted, a military site has been targeted in Isfahan in Iran. Iran also continues to retaliate. There have been massive strikes across Israel as well. Tel Aviv is seeing a host of strikes time and again. Do you believe there is some sort of space for dialogue or negotiation left, or do you believe that this is a war of attrition now, and only when one power is completely wiped out will we look at its end?
Shivani, actually, every war must end in a diplomatic solution. There is no question of a military deciding on a political situation. It is very, very simple. It's a war of attrition because America can afford to fight a war of attrition for a long, prolonged period. The reason is very, very simple. The aim of any war of attrition is to focus remains on striking the men, material, and morale of the enemy and degrade it to a level that they are forced to lay down and surrender, or will not call it surrender, forced to get to the negotiating tables. That is the focus, and that exactly is what is happening. I would like to quote what appeared in Washington Post yesterday. And why I am picking up that from Washington Post? Because Washington Post is one newspaper which is critical of Donald Trump and the Republican government of America. And if that newspaper can read that, it says that the Iran's military infrastructure is severely strained and degraded. This actually has happened in last 31 days. What is coming out of Iran is only what they want you to see. But in effect, the devastation in Iran has been massive. And why I say that is 7,000 strikes, 7,000, 8,000, whatever number of strikes which have been there. And out of 8,000, you've been able to bring down one F-35, and that also, whether you brought it down or somebody else has brought it down, that means almost 100% strikes have gone and struck the targets. And when the Israelis and the Americans strike, they know exactly where to strike. So the devastation in Iran has been tremendous. And this the Iranians know, this IRGC knows, and now they are concentrating on their missile drone facilities and nuclear facilities. And there is a continuous, degradation of those places. Why all these places are being struck? Because they are known missile drone hideouts or areas, concentration areas, and nuclear facilities. One thing that I would like to tell you, that eventually this has to end on a table of negotiation. What would happen, how this thing will take place is anybody's guess. Shivani, one thing I want to tell you very clearly, that negotiations cannot commence unless you tone down your desired end states. Both America and Iran have desired end states which are just not possible for other side to accept. Out of the 15 conditions which America has laid, not one is acceptable to Iran. Out of the 5 that Iran has come out with, 5 or 6 or whatever, not one is acceptable to America. So unless there is a tone down of your desired end state, I see no scope for negotiation, at least for the time being. 1. 2, there has to be someone who can communicate to all these sides. And that someone is India. India is who's throughout the entire war, India is the only nation which is communicating to Iran, Israel, America, also Russia, France, Malaysia, and the entire Gulf.
Right.
So if there is a possibility of a backdoor, negotiation or a backdoor channel being available, that probably will go through India. What farce Pakistan is trying to do is to my mind, is a drama, and the Iranians also call it a drama, and that drama is, I think it is over. So my take is that the end has to be on the negotiating table. Both sides will have to tone down either that or cause so much of attrition, which seems possible. I'm telling you, it seems possible. 7,000 strikes without any hindrance. They are just coming at will, striking and going back. So it makes a tremendous lot of difference. And this has made a direct impact. You tell me, Shivani, if you are forced to recruit 12-year-old children to fight, the condition is now clear. I don't think there is any explanation is required for that. So that is the situation Iran is in today.
Right. A very dire situation, sir. But like you pointed out, nobody seems to be backing down.